folks, welcome back to another edition of Action Figure Imagery Tour Reviews. Today we're having a look at G.I.Joe Classified Series Zarana, Zartan's sister. And there's the side of the packaging, cartoon drawings on the side. See the figure on the inside, all the accessories she comes with, and the symbols on the side. I still cannot read those symbols and not know what they mean, as she is figure number 48 in the series. And you see on the back the characters that already been made into figures already. There you go. Joe's on one side, Cobra's on the other, and it looks like Snake Eyes in the middle of that red window setting. And alright, now you see the packaging. Now let's have a look at Zarana outside of the packaging. Okay folks, here's Zarana out of the packaging. I have her posed with some of her weapons, her gun and the knife on the side. And let's look at all the details of the figure first, and then we'll look at the articulation. As for standout features, Zarana's hair can come off. She comes with two hairs, two styles. If you want to give her a different hairstyle, you can. Just remove the whole entire hairpiece and replace it with this hairpiece right here. And this is how it goes on. Now you have a new hairstyle for Zarana. It depends, you want her looking like this with this hairstyle, or would you prefer the default hairdo that she's packaged with? Also, even though this is the correct style for the bonus hairdo, if you just want to have some fun with it, you can do this. You can put the bonus hair on backwards and turn it, and it looks like a third hairdo if you prefer to do that. I did that in the slideshow also. Me, I think I prefer the original hairstyle, the default one. That's a good feature to have, and I'm sure Hasbro will probably do that with many characters in the future. There's Zarana's shoulder strap right there, brown shoulder strap for her backpack that you attach. You can see the hole in the back right there, and you attach her backpack to that like this. It snaps on, easily snaps on. You can have one of her knives inside of the backpack. And this is a knife that looks like it's very graphic. I suppose supposed to be blood on her knife, as if she has already attacked someone. And also, you can tell this line is aimed at adult collectors and not kids, because if it was aimed at kids, no way, I don't think Hasbro would have a blood-like stain on the knife. If this was aimed at, if this toy line was aimed strictly at kids, I think this knife would be all silver or gray and not reddish looking with blood, what's supposed to be blood on it. So you can tell that's definitely aimed at adult collectors. And then her other knife that goes right here, it comes out, it doesn't have any blood stains on it. It's just a regular looking knife, basic attack knife. And you'll get a better shot of that in the slideshow. Also, Zarana's gun-like weapon. See the little blade at the end, and there's the gun barrel right there. The blade doesn't move, by the way, for those of you wondering. Very reminiscent of one of the Dreadnought's weapons, who Hasbro have not made action figures of as of yet at the time of this video. But I'm sure we will see the Dreadnoughts real soon. We already have Zarana and her brother Zartan as figures, so I'm sure the Dreadnoughts should come someday. This Zarana figure is definitely a spitting image of her old cartoon self. For those of you that remember the old G.I. Joe cartoon from the 1980s, it's very reminiscent of that particular look. One thing, oh yeah, I want to point out something else. This right here, this knee pad is sticking out like that. I don't know if that's intentional. Is it just my figure, or is that meant to be like that for all the Zaranas? And I'm not bothered by it. It doesn't kill the look of the figure in any kind of way. It's probably just my figure, as I'm sure the rest of them are not like this. See that little knee pad just protrude out like that. It can probably be fixed with some crazy glue or something like that. But the main thing I did not notice about Zarana, and that's on her boots. All this time I've been knowing this character, I never knew that she had spurs on the back of her boots, like cowboy heel spurs. Never knew those were there until I bought this figure. And I've seen this character a long time on the cartoons, but I've never paid attention to that. Cartoons or comics, I never knew the character had spurs on the back of her shoes. Try to get a closer look at it. There they are. I didn't know that. Zarana had cowboy spurs on the back of her boots. Okay, and now that we went over all the details of the figure, her accessories and everything, I think I covered all the accessories. Now let's look at the slideshow of Zarana. Okay folks, there's Zarana in the packaging, and even in the packaging you can see that knee pad sticking out a little bit if you pay close attention to it. There's a shot of the symbols, as I mentioned in the regular portion of the video. I can get over that. There's the back of the packaging with all the recent figures. All the figures have been made up to this date. Majority of them, that is. And a little comic book drawing of Zarana right there on the side. And you see her weapons she has with her. That's the top of the packaging. And figure number 48 in the line. I assume that's what those numbers mean. That's what it looks like when you open up the packaging of Zarana. You see all the accessories she comes with. And those are a close-up of all the accessories she comes with. I forgot to mention the cartridge that goes in her gun. You can insert that, by the way, into the gun. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that in the regular portion of the video. And there's a Zarana right there without her weapons. And there's a right side view of the figure. And back view of the figure. And see the hole in her back for her backpack with her, that you can insert her knife in. You see that clearly. And on the left side is Zarana. And I think she has that, as for look wise, I didn't mention this earlier, but I think Zarana has, the looks of Zarana probably come from the old school looks of female punk rockers from the 1980s, I assume. The reason why she looks the way she does. After all, this character was made in the 1980s. So I'm assuming that's where the inspiration for her look might have came from a female punk rocker, which your average female punk rocker from the music world might have looked like back in the 80s. As you can see, she is under 6 inches tall, right at 6 inches tall, I guess, depending on how you look at it. There's the insert, Cobra insert, whether she's right at 6 inches or under 6 inches, depending on how you look at it. And there she is next to her brother, her famous, well-known brother Zartan. Side comparison between the two brothers and sisters. Brother and sister, rather, and there she is posed with her weapons. As you see, that giant knife with the blood stains on it goes right in her backpack. And there's the scan image of the back of the packaging right there by the scanner. And that's it for this video, folks. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Everyone have a blessed day, and we'll see you in the next video. Have a blessed one.